One can only imagine that the Neville household was quite a musical one to grow up in. Was that pretty much the way it was?
Pretty much the way it was, yeah. Not only in the household, but the city was like that back then. Music was like a part of everything.
Tell us about some of your early bands. There was one called Turquoise.
Right, yeah, that was the first band I had. That I put together, the Turquoise.
Tell us a little.
And that was when I was in high school, and had just some other high school musicians in the band with me.
At any stage in your younger years, were you ever headed for any other career aside from music?
Not really. I had other jobs, but I never saw anything else as what I really wanted to do other than the music.
I believe at the age of 15 you were already on the road as a working musician. Tell us about those early years on the road and how much of a learning experience it was for you.
It was like the greatest schooling one could get in music. Because I played with some of the legendary blues bands, and in all of those bands there were some great jazz players, and so they, I got information and instruction from everyone that I could. And part of the biggest learning thing was actually playing the music that was really like the music of our lives at the time, which was the blues and rhythm and blues.
You're the only one of the brothers that have made a home at times away from New Orleans. What prompted your initial move away from there?
When I first, I went on the road. That was my first move away from there, and I lived in a couple of places then. But I really left and moved to New York after I got out of that Angola prison down there. And that's what prompted me to move.
There was a dark period of your life there which involved drugs and a period in prison. How important a role did music play in getting your life back on track?
Oh, well, I was fortunate in that when I went into the prison, after working on the farm for a while, I got a job teaching music in the prison. I got the job as the music teacher. And so that was really great. I had a great opportunity to practice and study during the time I was there. But then, I kind of made me decide that I didn't want to live in New Orleans and be exposed to the kind of life that I had been living there, that I wanted to get away and experience the, different, just a whole different environment. And so I went to New York.
I believe you also had a period of time in the house band at the famous Dewdrop Inn for a period of time.
Right, I did. And that was another really great experience, because that was where I first met Big Joe Turner and got to play with him, and played with a lot of the great legendary artists who came to New Orleans during that time.
Who would have been some of the more memorable performers that you got to play with then?
Etta James, Big Joe Turner, Ray Charles, and there was some Bobby Bland, Junior Parker, Ernie Cato, Alan Toussaint, James Booker, Dave Bartholomew, Chris Kenner, just most of I really can't remember all their names right now, but yeah, just some of everybody.
That's a pretty impressive list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who were, going back to when you took up the saxophone, who were some of the saxophone players that inspired you to really get serious about the instrument?
Well, the first one that I saw Louis Jordan in some movie clips. And that's what made, he looked like he was always having so much fun playing his saxophone. That made me decide that's the instrument I wanted to play. And but then after I got the horn and started playing, and I heard James Moody and Charlie Parker, that's what really, that's when I really got serious.
Aside from those influences, can you pinpoint a moment in time when you felt you started to develop your own style?
Yeah, I guess it was really during the time that I was in Angola in the prison, when I was just practicing all day, every day. That was, I kind of had my own sound from the beginning. I didn't really sound like somebody else. But, I got to understand the horn more and develop my way of playing more. And then during the time that I lived in New York, I met, some of the great, I met Tiny Grimes, who was a great jazz guitar player who had played with Charlie Parker, and I got to hang out at Minton's Playhouse in Harlem, and I had met George Coleman in Memphis when I was there, and he was in New York playing with some of the great jazz players. So it was during that time that I really, I was still playing with rhythm and blues and rock and roll bands, but I was also then really getting more involved in playing jazz.
Tell us about your uncle, Big Chief Jolly. He had an influence on you, and very influential in getting all the brothers together to play.
Yeah, and also, before he started with the Mighty Grandians, he played piano, and he didn't play professionally, but there were bars in New Orleans that had a piano, and there are guys like him who would go in to the bar, and after a couple of drinks would sit down at the piano and play and sing. And that really impressed me, that he could do that. Like, he wasn't, a trained musician. He didn't know anything about music, but he could sit at the piano and play music. And I thought that was really something.
He played a major part in getting all the brothers to play together in the 70s, didn't he?
Yeah, because then, he was involved with the Mighty Grandians, and he wanted to record some of the traditional Mighty Grandian music, so he called for us to come in and do that with him. And that was the first time we had all done stuff together. In maybe like 10 years, we had all been playing like me and Aaron and Cyril. Cyril was playing with Art, and Art played with Aaron for a while, and it was like that. But then when we went together to do that recording of Wild Chopper Tours with my uncle, he told us, your parents aren't here to see it, but they always wanted to see you guys work together as a family band. Now it's probably a good time to do that, and we all thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was in 1976. So in 77, we did get together and form the Neville Brothers.
Before that, though, did you always feel in the back of your mind that the day would come that you would all get together as a family unit?
Yeah, we had talked about it and thought about it, and yeah, we were like, when I was living in New York, but I was thinking of that. Yeah, I really like the way music is played in New Orleans more than I like the approach to playing it in New York. Although there were great musicians there, but everything had to be kind of organized and set in advance with the bands I played with in New York, whereas in New Orleans, guys would just get together and play.
Tell us about the collaboration process between you and your brothers when you're making new music. Is there a procedure that is common to all the songs that you create, or is it kind of differ from song to song?
It's different because some songs, like someone might bring in just some lyrics, and then someone else would start putting a rhythm to it, and then we'd put the music to it like that, a little by little. And then sometimes someone would bring in a song already completely done, and we'd just play it. But then once we started playing, it would kind of evolve once each of us put our different approach to playing music into it.
I believe it took a while for the Neville Brothers as a band to receive a great deal of attention at home there in the United States, and I think your initial following was around Europe. Is that right?
Well, we had been traveling around the United States for a while, doing college tours, and but when we started going to Europe, we were much it seems like the music was more enthusiastically received all over Europe than it was here in the States. But then after we got involved with Bill Graham here in the United States, and he really got us some notoriety here because he put us on shows with the Rolling Stones, with Carlos Santana, with the Grateful Dead, and other well-known artists, and that really helped.
Why do you think it took that amount of time for America to take to your music when you consider it represents so much of America's musical heritage?
Well, because of recording, the way people really get to hear it all is recording. Like we were traveling and people were hearing the music and passing the word around to friends, and we were getting a big following like that for touring. But in terms of really big awareness, it took getting a record that would be played in order to get to be heard by enough people.
And I guess for most people, Yellow Moon was that record that people point to as the one that broke through for you over there. How much of that do you attribute to working with Daniel Lanois, who was at that stage on a real winning streak with his productions?
Yeah, that was if we attribute it to working with Daniel Lanois and to the fact that Bill Graham was the one who wanted to get us together with Daniel Lanois, and that Daniel's approach to producing a record was really different. Like it wasn't like he was imposing his ideas on the channel because we got to record the song and do it like this. We actually worked together, and he saw what it is that was important in what we were doing musically and figured out a way to bring that out more in the recordings.
Now, a side project of yours was the band Diversity, which I guess really lived up to its name through the years. Was it your intent right from the beginning to have a band that would explore a great cross-section of musical styles as it had?
Yes, it was. Not only musical styles, but just musical instruments as well, a real variety of instruments that weren't normally considered jazz instruments.
Do side projects like that and your quartet, the Charles Neville Quartet, do they reinvigorate you and renew your enthusiasm when it comes time to get back with the brothers?
Yeah, like I'm playing Saturday here in Massachusetts with the quartet, and I play with my quartet and I play with other bands. I just played with the band this last weekend. That not my band, just some other guys. I had to learn the stuff that they're doing. It was really challenging, but it was really great fun and to actually get to do it. And so my doing this, getting the exposure to actually playing more diverse music has me more invigorating and gives me more to bring to the Neville Brothers when we do perform.
I believe during the year you've been touring the Mardi Gras Mambo tour with Dr. John. That must be a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. Mac is great. We've known him for years, and we've worked with him quite a bit over the years, and it's always great to work with him. The whole New Orleans thing is there.
And that tour still continuing?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been any approaches to bring it down to Australia? We'd love to see it.
We'd love to come over, but no, we haven't. We don't know. We can talk to the agency, to William Morris, and see what they can arrange for us over there.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since we've been to Australia.
It has. I was thinking. I saw the last two, and I'm just trying to think how long ago it was now. It was quite a few years.
Yeah.
I believe you've also been doing some touring with Neil Young.
Yeah, we did like a short tour with Neil Young before the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, where he was one of the featured artists on the Jazz Fest.
And you were fortunate enough to do your first ever concert in Morocco recently, I've been told.
Wait, I'm sorry, say that again?
In Morocco, you had your first show there.
Oh, Morocco, yeah, that was great. That was really well received. It was really quite a great experience to know that the people were really aware of us over there and aware of our music, and they were really a lot of they moved the songs. Some of our stuff was actually being played on the radio. So yeah, it was great.
So when it's all said and done, Charles, how would you like to see the Neville Brothers best remembered?
As the band that influenced American music from when we started in the 50s. Like everything after that, we had some influence on the music as it developed after that.
Terrific. And what's in your books for the near future? What are the upcoming plans? Is there any new material in the works?
Yeah, we're actually planning on trying to do a recording of some of our old songs that never got recorded, that did get recorded but never got released, and also writing some new material and doing some collaborations. We really want to do some recording stuff with Dr. John and maybe some other artists as well.
Fantastic. Well, we'll look forward to that. Charles, thank you so much for your time. It's been an honour to speak with you.
You're quite welcome, and I really hope we can get over to Australia again before too long.
Oh, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you for all the wonderful music over the years, and we're sure there's still a lot more to come.
Yes, there is.
All the best. Thank you very much. Take care.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.